Hello, welcome along. Here is our watercolour, just somewhere out in the country, body of water there. You can see it's almost silhouetted, the foreground, and across the other side there of the bank there, you can see it's silhouetted, almost silhouetted anyway. It's very, very simple. Just wet the paper. You can see the pencil drawing in there. Putting on a Prussian blue. Using the big wide brush for this as well. And that's just some yellow ochre there. A little bit more Prussian blue in there. A bit more Prussian blue down. Yep, so you can see I've just sort of tipped it and tipped the paper so the paint would blend in a bit more, give me more of an even coverage for the sky there. It's just one way of doing skies. There's plenty of other ways to do skies. But, I just thought I'd keep it simple. This is a combination of Prussian blue and burnt umber going on now. You can see the different intensity of paint that I'm putting on there. You can see some of that paint is a bit darker and some is lighter, giving variation to the landscape there. Just a tree or something there in the back side, a bit of foliage, a couple of trees there. We'll continue with the land, more burnt umber and Prussian blue mixed together there. Also you can use burnt umber and ultramarine blue. I personally like burnt umber with ultramarine blue, but I'm running a bit thin on ultramarine blue, so I'll have to pick some more of that up. I use Art Spectrum paints quite a bit, watercolour paints. I'm using Fabriano watercolour paper. I sometimes use Arches as well. 300 GSM, and it's 100% cotton watercolour. Cotton watercolour paper, that is. So I'm using basically the same colours. I think I've got a little bit of dark leaf green in there, but I've decided not to go any further with that, so I'm still using the burnt umber and Prussian blue. Bit of movement on the water there. I could have brought put a thin line through that reflection of the trees there on the left hand side, but I didn't do that, but you can do that if you want to. Just wet your brush, dry it off, and just run your brush right through. And if you wanted to, I suppose you could put a little boat in there in the background with somebody in the boat. Just practice doing boats and people before you actually put it on your painting. Because you don't want to ruin your painting, do you? I've tried using the corner back part of a paint tube, and that usually works sometimes, but it's just not giving me the effect that I want. I think I've let the paint dry a bit much, so I'm going to use my pocket knife and the sharp part on the blade. Just have to be careful I don't cut the paper right through. So here we go. Let's see how we go. You can see that's making a few marks in there now. Just getting some marks, some grasses, and the illusion of some thin branches going up through there. Down in the reflection there. Still using the same colours, using a rigger brush now just to get this tree here in the foreground going. I don't want any foliage, just a tree without any foliage. Just darkening it up there. A little bit more ultramarine blue and some burnt umber in there as well. I've kept the colours fairly limited in this, as you can see. Just putting some sort of a roof, a little shack in there. I just started off with a bit of white gouache there, and I'll go over that with some red there, or burgundy colour. going to darken it up underneath that roof there. Just putting a little bird in the sky. Go over that again, it's a bit too light. It'll do. Maybe a reflection of that bird in the water. And the opposite way for the reflection. Very simple watercolour. There it is. That's it. Thank you very much for watching. Very simple watercolour. Give it a go yourself. You might want to try and do it a little bit differently from what I've done. Maybe in the foreground there on the right hand side you might want a little bit more colour, maybe some red or some yellow ochre mixed in there as well. Whatever makes you happy, go ahead and do it. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Bye for now.